TVIC, the best of sports entertainment here live in Providence, USA. TNS Media Group is the team and the family. So we had another game, man. Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Baltimore Ravens. And you picked the Steelers to win that game.
Yes, I did.
And you were
I was very
sad
wrong.
and mistakenly
Yes,
wrong on that one. And the Pittsburgh Steelers came up short. In Baltimore, they were trampled by Derrick Henry, running all over them guys. Derrick Henry put up a crazy game. Derrick Henry had 26 carries, 186 yards, 2 touchdowns on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers didn't get very much offense, scoring only 14 points on the road. What happened to the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Man, the Pittsburgh Steelers need a quarterback. They need a quarterback, and they need to add another defensive player. They're getting old around certain things. They got Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is absolutely done from what I seen yesterday. I thought it was going to be, yes.
No backup.
He probably can come off somebody's bench for a game or two, but to continue the season out and take a team somewhere.
Hold up, time out. Once again, he was 20 for 29, 270 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's not his fault the defense couldn't stop. He ran for 186 yards on it. You mean that's his fault?
That's not his fault.
Are you watching the game? You're not watching it. You're not watching the game.
I watched the game.
No, you're looking at the numbers at the loss. You look at the game. He was 20 for 29, 270 yards, 2 touchdowns.
You got to do a little bit more. What? You got to put that 301 on there.
Yo.
You see, your defense is not carrying it. The offense got to take off.
The defense gave up 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns. How can you put that on him as a quarterback?
No, I'm not putting that on him
he did his
solely.
job.
My thing is, moving forward, he is not the answer for that team. So you saying moving forward that Russell Wilson can be their quarterback?
Yeah.
You're saying that?
He won some games from them. They lost 4 games straight and still made the playoffs.
Because of the overall effort that they was doing in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, because him as the quarterback.
No, that was Justin Fields as the quarterback.
Okay, yeah, but then he came in and took over and they still winning games.
Yes, he thinks they won. Russ is getting old, man.
Okay.
Russ is getting old.
Don't say that. Don't say it. You can't say that he didn't perform.
No, I didn't say that he was I'm just saying what they need to do.
No turnovers.
I came in, no turnovers, none of that.
He didn't blow the game. He didn't look like trash.
It was defense. It was defense. They couldn't stop a nosebleed.
Yes.
So with that being said, moving forward, it should be more than just addressing the defense. They need a whole overall facelift.
No, listen, the defense. They gave up 300 yards.
Yes.
They gave up 175 yards. I'm sorry.
180-something yards.
No. They gave up. Lamar Jackson had 15 carries, 81 yards.
Okay, from
Derrick Henry had 26 carries for 186 yards. They gave up a total of
over
299 yards on the ground, 300 yards on the ground.
On the ground.
You saying that's Russell? That's not Russell.
No,
Wilson's
I'm not
fault.
saying that's Russell Wilson.
He did his job.
And the defense couldn't do it.
The defense couldn't stop
what I'm saying is they need an overall facelift. Moving forward, they have to address that defense. They have to address certain things on offense. Okay, Russell Wilson, granted, 2 touchdowns last night, over 250 yards. That was a solid performance.
And no running game. They had no running game. And he still passed for 270 yards. And he was 20 for 29. Only missed 9 passes. So I'm not putting the game on Russell Wilson. You gotta look at the numbers to tell you that they had no running game and the defense couldn't stop the run. Couldn't stop the Ravens, period. So if you look at those 2 things, that's why he lost the game. Russell Wilson kept him in the game because he had 2 touchdowns passing. 28-14. Those touchdowns was his.
The overall score was 38-14?
No, 28-14.
Oh, 28-14. They was in the game. So you lost by 14 points.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is if you look at the numbers don't point at Russell Wilson. The numbers point.
No, I'm never saying it pointing at Russell.
I'm saying a quarterback.
They need a lot. They need a whole lot. The quarterback, defense, I would go in there and rebuild that team. Because Russ didn't start off good this year. Okay, he give you some good.
He got hurt. He was out.
Yes. When he came back, he was there for that 4-game loss stretch.
Yeah, but he didn't play that bad for them. He didn't, and then the playoffs when it really count, he played fairly well. So it's not his fault that they lost. The reason why they lost is because that defense gave up 300 yards on the ground. Another 175.
Or him not scoring. You put up 14 points, and that's it. You put up I hear the excuse you're making for this man. You put up 14 points. But you know your running game is not working, so you got to rely on your arm.
Yes, and he pat.
And you're on.
Hold on, listen. They called 29 pass plays.
Yes, that's a lot of pass
And he completed 20 out of the 29 with 2 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? He didn't, with no turnovers, no interceptions.
Well, maybe he needs to complete 27 out of that for them to get this win because you only lost by 14 points. That's not all right.
That's not his fault. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not Russell Wilson's fault. It's the fault.
The defense couldn't hold.
Anybody to go probably need to be a defensive coordinator, and some of the defensive players need to get replaced. In my opinion, you know what I'm saying? You don't get in this game. He showed and proved that he's able to win you a game. He didn't win a game, but his play was excellent. Really, 20 to 29. You know what I'm saying? 270 yards. Once again, 2 touchdowns. No interceptions. No interceptions. Didn't have any bonehead plays. You know what I'm saying? He missed 9 passes. You know what I'm saying? So they called 29 plays and he completed 20 passes, which means the numbers, women lie, men lie, numbers don't. Numbers show that he did his job. If it's up to him, he could have won again. And defense, on the other end, 299 yards on the ground. He ran for 186 yards on the ground.
On the ground. That was crazy.
Yeah. So if
we know that the defense lost them the game overall.
Okay.
The defense lost them the game. I agree with that with you. But what I'm saying is, they needed more quarterback play from Russell Wilson for them to try to win.
When he's on the field, they called 29 pass plays.
Yes, and he completed 20 out of 29.
Yes.
What I'm saying is,
come on, man.
They needed a little bit more from Russ, and he couldn't do it. They needed a little bit more. They couldn't. You see, you can't run the ball. They're not running the ball well. You needed a little bit more. So when your team is playing and the defense is giving up point after point, and they gonna need more from this perspective. This is the only thing that's working right now.
So the offensive coordinator is calling the plays.
Yes.
Offensive coordinator sees what's going on in the field. Offensive coordinator called 29 passing plays, telling him what to do, telling him to pass or hand it off. When it came to him passing, he completed 20 or 29 passes. It's not his fault. And then they ran the ball. 11 times. They ran the ball 11 times. But the main thing is those long, demoralizing drives with the Ravens putting on. They marched up and down the field on you. You can't stop them.
You can't. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Tawfiq.
It's not.
I'm not saying it's solely Russell Wilson's fault, but could he have probably done a little bit more? At the end of the day, it all falls on the quarterback's shoulders, bro.
They were down 21-0 in the first half.
And he tried.
And the defense held him to 1 touchdown in the second half, and he came back and threw 2 touchdowns in the second half, and then they scored again. So it's like he scored 14, and they scored another 7.
Exactly.
It's not really on him. Derrick Henry comes down there, boom, boom, boom,
running over people.
So you can't blame him for the loss. But I see what you're saying, that the team needs to probably make some changes. But Russell Wilson probably was the only bright spot in his playoff in his loss. Even though he lost, you gotta look at the pros and cons. They lost the game, but Russell Wilson's play overall was actually really, really good, in my opinion. So, anything else you want to add? You have an argument you guys say about this?
There's no other argument. There's no other.
Yeah, but they say put some respect on his name.
Yeah.
He played well.
Who? Lamar Jackson?
No, Russell Wilson.
Oh, Russell Wilson.
Let's flip to Lamar. He was 16 to 21, threw the ball 21 times. 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also contributed with 15 carries, 81 yards.
Yeah, he really didn't have a good passing game either.
Because he only, of course he got the option, but if you got that, once you got that big
horse in there back, man.
Get the ball to him. He got 186 yards give it to him. They can't stop him, give him the ball. You know what I'm saying? Let him go down. He had a 44-yard run.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but the Ravens look pretty good. They got a big test next week this week against the Buffalo Bills, which is going to be crazy. With, who you say? Josh Allen? What's his name?
I call him Hard White.
I don't call him that, but yeah. But Josh Allen is his name to me. I don't know what he call him, but
so I don't call him that.
Call him by the
Hard White and big Buffalo coming down there. They got that big D and Hard White is leading the pack.
Not on duty, man.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, bro? What? Yo, listen, man. We'll talk about Josh Allen. Yeah, Josh Allen. Yeah, that was crazy. Josh Allen, versus the Ravens. The Ravens have their work cut out.
That's going to be a very, very enticing game.
Buffalo has a good defense, so they're going to and they have a very, very good quarterback. And I think that those two together is going to be a dangerous recipe for the Ravens. I don't know if the Ravens can win that game on the road up there in Buffalo with that crowd, that quarterback, that defense, that offensive line. So we'll see what happens, man. Anything else you want to add?
Oh, no, that's it.
It's TBISC, the best in sports entertainment.
If you're a caregiver, please check your pay stubs to be sure you're paid for overtime. Here at Make It Care, we make sure you're getting paid time and a half for overtime. Call now.